I made a video last week talking about how obenatvstudios.com crashed at less than 1,000, or maybe I think at 10,000 requests per minute because it was vibe coded. And boy, oh boy, my comment section was full of people saying the issue is not vibe coding, the issue is the person vibe coding. Some were saying the issue is not the application or the website, the issue was the hosting infrastructure. And I agree with that bit. Most times when a website crashes, it's not entirely the application issue, it can also be the hosting infrastructure. The interesting comments came from people who were saying the issue is not the application. When a website crashes, it's entirely the server or the hosting infrastructure. Boy, I found that anyway, I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, I took a step back and I wanted to find out, do they have a point? So if you know about Summer Stories, I've been talking about it. Before, I was doing weekly digest emails using Flask, which was a separate service. But I figured that is an overkill at less than 10,000 users. So I figured, let me bring the digest email service to Express. And what I did is, first I created a spec document. So as you can see here. So I basically said what it is, what it will be doing, and I specified the rules right here. So before an email is sent to a user, these rules must be followed. And I did all these, and I gave it to Cloud Code Opus, which is very expensive. So Cloud did its thing, and when it was done, I wanted to review the code. So first, I brought in Gemini CLI. So I told Gemini CLI, you are a senior backend engineer. I want you to scan through the weekly digest implementation and identify the architectural issues or design flows. And it did its thing. Of course, a few things here to note. Like this one, sending the same, the users will receive the same exact stories every week. Because there was a missing filter. But something that was interesting is number 4 right here. AWS SES NodeMailer over instantiation. Oh my goodness. The SendMail utility instantiates a new SES version 2 client and NodeMailer transporter for every single email sent. Take a pause and think about what that means. That means if you're running your application on a 2 GB RAM, 2 GB memory, 2 vCPU server, it's probably going to crash if you're sending digest emails to over 2,000, because those are 2,000 concurrent connections, which will overload your memory, which will give you CPU hikes, and your server will probably crash. Now, my question is, was it that my prompt was bad? Because if I would have just blindly deployed this to production and my server crashes, will it be a hosting infrastructure issue, or will it be an application issue? All right, think about that. From where I sit, it's entirely an application issue, because I have poorly designed my code. So I'm just wondering, is it that my prompting was poor? Is it that I'm using low quality tools? Because from where I sit, I think Cloud Code Opus is like at the top. It's super powerful. So I just want to know from people who are saying vibe coding is not the issue, that you can completely vibe code an application and put it in front of 1,000 requests per minute. So I just want to know, in my case, was my prompting wrong? If my prompting was wrong, what prompt would you use? Just type it in the comments. Let's see what prompting you would use to achieve something like a weekly digest emails, so that I understand. And mind you, what I'm doing here is not completely vibe coding. This is agentic engineering. Vibe coding, from my understanding, is when you don't touch any code at all. Just give the AI agent a prompt, it does its thing, deploy your code. So I don't know. I don't know. I just want to know if my prompting was wrong, if I would have deployed this to production and the server crashes because memory is exhausted by a single service, Would we say my server is my server needs an upgrade? I need to scale up my server, or would we say I need to optimize my code? Anyway, do let me know. I would like to hear what your thoughts are down in the comments. That's it for this one. Goodbye.